Om Shanti. I would first like to introduce myself. I am Sister Janhvi and I am a practicing advocate since past 10 years as also a visiting faculty and lecturer in a law college. I have been associated with the Brahma Kumaris organization only since past 10 months, but I believe that this has been the most enthralling experience I have had. A journey which I began 10 months back has led to a life transformation. On a personal note, I noticed some changes in some family member who was associated with the organization for some years, and I felt that those changes were the major reason that attracted me to the organization. The changes, I think, were so subtle in many ways that the person was really very angry and became very soft, very understanding, and I felt, what is this magic about the organization? So I enrolled myself for a 7-day course. After the 7-day course was over, I started implementing the few things which I felt were very crucial and important, and very soon I had an experience of being a peaceful person. The changes actually of peace were noticed more so in me by people who were associated with me than by me myself. I felt that from the levels of anger, the levels of self-expectations which I had, and in the process of achieving unlimited success, somewhere or the other, I certainly was deteriorating some inherent qualities of calmness, truthfulness to its maximum limit. And it is at that juncture I decided to adapt spirituality through the Brahmakumaris on a daily basis. The challenges didn't seem to be ending there. As I progressed in the journey, the challenges came on a daily basis. But the one major challenge that occurs to me whilst I'm sharing is a challenge which I encountered with a very regular client of mine. And ordinarily, as a practicing advocate, invariably, we tend to speak only half the truth. It is a belief we have that no matter what, we want to win a case for a client. A high level of insecurity seeps in the minute you feel that you are going to lose a client, you're going to lose a matter, and you're going to consequently lose work, not realizing that there are some good deeds which we have done which definitely come and pay back. This is what we were taught in our class. So I wanted to implement it on a first-hand basis. I thought the best given opportunity would be to implement it in my profession, which was taking me far, but at the same time making me feel somewhat uncomfortable from inside. So I decided to be upfront with this client and tell him it would be difficult for me to represent him in court for a case of illegal and unauthorized construction. However, it was the client who had immense faith and wanted to still go ahead. Given the dilemma of the situation, we tried to research the law, we tried to read through every possible law book on the subject and prepared ourselves to go to court. On reaching court on the eventful day, when the judge asked me whether this structure is illegal and unauthorized, the opponents, and I'm sure the judge was also looking at for an answer saying no, and we said yes. When the moment the word yes was occurred, there was a stoic silence in the courtroom and one didn't know what to expect. It is before the case and also during this process that I was somehow surrendering myself to the divine power, and I had belief that this would work. I wanted to give it a try and I wanted to test it in my life to understand whether or not spirituality really works, or is it some lectures and discourses which we just listen to for a while and they give us a sense of peace and calmness for an hour. Or to this, the reaction of the judge was that if this is of such a sort, what is the solution? That's where the answer lay. The answer lay in trying to seek a regularization, which eventually we did succeed in getting, and also the structure today stands regularized. This experience not only made me feel that the path which I have chosen is correct, but I did feel that if I surrender everything to the Supreme Being and just do my limited role, which I am expected to do to the best of my ability, He will definitely be there at all times to guide me through to the process and to make me reach and achieve something that is correct. Going on the path of spirituality, adapting the path of truth is never going to be so easy as we thought it would be. But I think the organization has taught me very, very core, insightful knowledge that makes me sail through the process effortlessly. It has led me to having a daily timetable schedule, which ordinarily I did not have. It was a haywire schedule where one would get up in the morning, run, come back and run aimlessly, not knowing what I was running for. Was I running for money? Was I running for fame? What is it that I was running for? Was there a purpose to this whole running? And I feel that after being associated with the organization, I not only got a purpose for the running, I got a purpose for my life. I would have never ever understood the core principle of knowing that I am much more than just being a human body, much more than my labels, much more than my successes, much more than my failures, fames, and the money which I am attached to. I am a soul which has divine qualities inherently in me, which I was constantly searching outside. I think the experience of being associated with the organization has not only been overwhelming, it has been a life-transforming experience, which has brought all my relations being very cordial, which has led me to successes I didn't imagine of, which has led me to live life not only on a daily basis, but live life correctly on a daily basis. I am indebted to the organization and I feel absolutely grateful for the Divine Being to make me a part of it. Om Shanti.